Hi, welcome to yoga. Thank you for joining me. My name is Joanne. Let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat. So if you need a prop or something to sit up on, please feel free to grab one to elevate the hips, unless you're just comfortable sitting on the floor. So we'll lift the flesh from underneath our sitting bones, and so we can find a nice base to ground from, and from there we'll rise up through the spine. We'll soften the shoulders away from the ears. And you can rest the hands palms down or palms up, whatever you feel best with today. So ask yourself what feels better, maybe more grounding or maybe more receptivity. And then as you align the head above the spine, gently retract the chin slightly toward the chest, just so that there's an elongation in the back of the neck. And I want you to get a sense of sort of an inner smile at the base of the skull, at the corners of the eyes and the mouth, maybe the heart center, just a nice energetic lift as we drop the elbows and the shoulders. So let's close the eyes to center and ground ourselves as we start our practice. And just take a brief inventory of the body, noticing how you're feeling today, what's going on. Paying attention to how you're breathing, any busyness or thoughts in the mind. And see if you can drop into the body. So we'll try to come out of the thinking mind. Just dropping into sensation and the breath. Eyes are softly closed. And taking this time at the beginning of your practice, if you'd like to set an intention or a dedication for yourself or for someone else. And if you haven't yet, we'll begin to expand the breath into the belly. So we want to breathe into the belly. As we inhale, we start the breath in the lower abdomen. And move it up three-dimensionally throughout the whole body, all the way up to the chest. As you inhale through the nose. And as you exhale through the nose, you feel that wave reverse. So the chest falls, the ribs come together. And we gently squeeze the navel toward the spine. The very bottom of your exhale, squeeze a little more air out of the lungs so the belly automatically reinflates with the inhale. Again, just if the mind begins to wander, gently bring it back to the breath. Keeping awareness in your posture, nice and tall, everything soft and relaxed, using our skeleton for support. And let's take 5 breaths together. Deep yogic breaths in and out of the nose. And with each breath cycle, maybe see if you can lengthen the inhale, exhale just a little bit. Noticing the pause at the top and the bottom of each exhale and inhale. Good, and after our 5 seconds of breath, let's inhale deeply together. And then exhale, just bow the chin forward to the chest, stretch the back of your neck. Take a moment here to check in with yourself, check in with your intention. Allowing the breath to soften any tension in the back of the neck. And nice and slowly, we'll begin to rock one ear toward the shoulder. Inhale as you open. And exhale as you close. Inhale to the second side. And exhale forward. Again, inhale as you open. Nice smooth movements with a full breath. Exhale forward. Inhale to the other side. And exhale forward. Let's take it to the first side again. Inhale, open. Stacking the ear over the shoulder. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the sternum lifting. Take the opposite hand out to the side and activate the fingertips. So feeling this down the arm, and then we'll just slowly rotate the nose. So we're going to exhale, look over the bottom shoulder. Inhale, gaze up toward the sky, and see if you can trace a smooth line with the nose and coordinate that with the breath if you feel comfortable with that. Don't worry too much about the breath if it's new to you, the practice. Inhale up and exhale down. Good, again, inhale. You might play with the angle just a little bit to find the best release for your neck. And exhale down. Good, inhale, take the head toward the screen again, back to neutral. Check that the sternum is still lifted, you're still engaged in the core. And then we're gonna lift the arm away from the floor. Pull the arm out as far as you can away from the body. Keep the shoulder soft. Good, and then begin to wiggle your fingers around, including your thumbs. So keep some movement all the way into the fingers. Begin to rotate through the wrists. So we're working it all the way up the arm. Keeping the side of the neck nice and open. Moving the fingers in the wrist. We'll reverse those circles. So keep gathering the fingers and rotating through the wrist. Keep the breath moving so you can open up any congestion in the arms, forearms, and shoulders. And then pull the hand out again. Lift your sternum, check again. Pull the fingers toward your face. Inhale. Feel that all the way down the forearm. Exhale, pull the hand down. Feel that in the top of your forearm. Inhale up. Keep the shoulder soft. Exhale down. Keep the head tilted. Again, one more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Send the fingers out. Wiggle one more time. And release the hand down. Bring it back to your legs. Drop the chin forward. And we'll inhale to the second side. Hopefully this side feels more open now. And then we'll walk the opposite hand out. Again, activate those fingers. Check the sternum's lifted. Core is nice and contained, so we're not arching in the low back at all. Use the abs to support your back. Ear over shoulder. Then begin to trace the line with the nose using the inhale to gaze toward the sky. And the exhale to gaze over your bottom shoulder. Good, inhale, come up. And exhale, gaze down. Move movements again. You can play with the angle. Take another one, inhale up. Keeping the breath nice and deep, so we're bringing oxygen and blood to all the congestion in the tissues. Good, bring the head back toward the screen. Check your sternum, lift the hand away from the floor, pull the arm out. Keep the shoulder soft. Wiggle the fingers, including the thumb. Breathing. Begin to circle the fingers in the wrist. Keep the arms soft. You Feel that all the way into the full arm. And let's reverse. Gathering those fingers, wiggling those fingers, rotating the wrist. Breathing good, pull the hand out, soften the shoulder, lift the sternum again, pull the fingers toward the face, and down toward the floor as you exhale. Good, inhale up, exhale down. One more time up, inhale, and exhale down. Good, pull the hand out, wiggle the fingers one more time. And release the arm, bring it to the lap, bring the chin down. Inhale, take the head upright, sit up tall. And just observe that, how that feels. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Excellent, take the hands by the side, relax the arms, shoulders heavy, and then we'll squeeze the shoulders up and around, big circles. So you can rock a little forward and back, inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, rinse the shoulders. Good, sitting up, nice and tall. Let's hold on to the knees here. And again, lift the sternum. And then we're going to inhale as we pull the chest through the shoulders, arching in the back a little bit as you lean toward the front of your sitting bones. Open the chest, exhale as you round to the back of your sitting bones, hollow the belly, drop the chin to the chest. So sort of a seated cat-cow, inhale up, open the chest. Maybe looking up if that's comfortable for your neck, exhale, round. Good, again, inhale, open, and exhale, round. Good, let's come back to neutral. We'll get into the upper back a little bit. We're going to inhale, sweep one arm up, soften your shoulder, and then walk the other hand out to the side and fold. So feeling this in the ribs, I want you to pull the ribs to the opposite side as you lean toward the grounded hand side. And keep the chest nice and open here. Find a breath, breathe into your ribs. Good, inhale, use your rib cage to lift up, lift the arm up and lower the hand down. Inhale, take the other arm up. Breathe in deep. Soften the shoulder, walk over to the side and fold. Again, pull the ribs to the opposite side. Soften your shoulder, keep the chest open. Take a deep breath here. Good, inhale, use the torso to lift up, lower the arm. Come back to the first side again. Inhale up and fold. And then we'll find a nice gentle flow. As we flow, I want you to think about leading with the elbow. So soften the arm, bend at the elbow. As you sweep forward, now we'll kind of turn our torso toward the floor. And I want you to feel this through the whole back side of the ribs and the lats. So lean forward and pull out as far across as you can. Nice, smooth, sweeping motion, and inhale to the other side. Start with the chest open, inhale. Exhale, bow, lead with the elbow, and pull out in front of you. Inhale. Good, exhale brings you forward, flow. Inhale up. Catching a breath in between, breathe in. And exhale, round all the way through. Good, inhale. And let's inhale, take it up. Lower the arm. Good, one more shoulder shrug here, squeeze up and back. Excellent, let's come into tabletop, onto the hands and the knees. So brighten your fingers on the mat as wide as you can. Index and middle finger forward, press the mat away from you. Align your wrists under your shoulders. You're welcome to always use fists if you have any wrist issues. Or a prop here if you have like a bar, claw, but you can just come onto your fists or open the hands, whatever's best for you. Press the mat away from you. Knees are under the hip points. Activate the feet, tops of the feet into the mat as well. So you're not sagging in your low back. You're pulling the navel toward the spine, elongating the spine, and the neck is an extension of your spine. Let's take a few cat-cows from here. So we'll inhale as we drop the belly, send the tail and the crown to opposite corners of the room you're in. And then exhale, round. Tilt the tailbone, drop the head, press the upper back up. Inhale as you open. And exhale as you round. And let your breath lead the stretch for you. Inhale up. And exhale down. Okay, let's take two more. And one more. Okay, come back to a neutral position. From all fours, let's take a little thread the needle. So we're going to inhale, sweep one arm up to the sky, open your chest as best you can. Exhale, come all the way down to between the hand and knee and come to rest on the side of the head. Important to come all the way down and release. And then you can flow with your breath, or if you want to stay static, you're welcome to do that too. Inhale up, exhale down. Maybe you need a little more yin today, so you might stay in this position just to release the shoulder as you breathe. Up to you. Inhale up and exhale down. Good, another one. Inhale, reach, open the chest, and exhale, release. So let's pause here for just a second on the cheek and the ear, and then tap the other hand up so you can get a little more activate into your fingers so you can kind of open your chest a little toward, open the chest and shoulder up a little bit more. To deepen this release, take a deep breath here. So let's unravel, we'll unwind, and we'll move to the other side. So set yourself up again, activate hands and feet and core. Inhale, sweep open. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale up and exhale down. Nice deep breath. Filling the lungs. Exhale as you release. Empty, soften. Good, one more time. Good, we'll pause here again and temp the opposite hand. Fingers come up, elbow reaches up a little bit, and take a deep breath here into the shoulder. Let's unwind. Good, so from here, from our tabletop, press the mat away from you. Take your hips, knees behind your hip points, just an inch or two. And then take your hands a little bit wider, just a little bit. And then we're gonna bend at the elbows and plant the chest between the hands, come all the way down. Elbows stay nice and hugged into the body. Awkward S pose, so my glutes are lifted, knees are down, hands and feet are down, chin's down. Breathe in, exhale, slide the legs down, tops of the feet, push into the floor. Hands are right next to your chest, and then inhale for low cobra. So breathe into the belly. Let's lift the hands to make sure we're using our back here. Breathe, keep the feet glued. Breathe into the belly one more time. Good, release the hands down. Slide the elbows under your shoulders. So make sure your elbows are aligned directly under your shoulders and your hands are parallel to each other on the mat, so they're not coming in, they're parallel. Activate the hands, and then you're going to glue the feet down, tilt your tailbone toward your heels as you drag the mat toward your elbows. We're not moving the elbows, they're still under the shoulders. Drag, and then lift up out of the back. So think of a turtle coming out of a shell, and breathe into the belly. So your abdomen is still on the ground. Deep stretch for the back here. Breathe one more time. Opening the chest. Good. Slowly bring the hands back next to your chest and lower the chest down. Good. Tuck your toes. And we'll come into awkward S pose from the floor now. So tuck your toes, hands are next to the chest, elbows close. Tuck the toes, and then just inch the knees up as you lift the hips. Awkward S pose again. From here, take a deep breath in. Engage your core and press the mat away from you as you reverse back up to all fours. Good. From here, keep the toes tucked, and then we'll slowly peel up to downward dog. So hips rise, heels relax, and then just walk your dog out. Pedal your feet. Make sure the insides of your elbows are rotating open toward the front of your mat. Head is relaxed. Breathe. Good, let's walk ourselves all the way up to standing forward fold. So take your time, be mindful how you move to the front of the mat. Measure 2 fists between the feet. Bend the knees as much as you need and tuck the forehead to the shin. Shake the head out a little yes and no. Finding a nice deep breath here. Letting go of any tension. Let's dangle the arms in front of us. Activate all 4 corners of your feet and slowly roll up. Let the arms hang, tuck the chin toward the chest, and then open the chest at the top of the mat. Coming into mountain pose, make sure your pelvis is nice and neutral. Heavy suitcases in the hands. Activate the quads away from the kneecap a little bit, but keep a nice softness to the knee joint. We're not hyperextending the legs. Chin is parallel to the floor. Imaginary string lifts the crown up. Take a breath. Good. With a neutral pelvis, keep your pelvis neutral. We're going to reach the arms back behind us to open the chest. Pull back as far as you can. Thinking of a sail here. Inhale, rise up. Bring the hands up, connect. Exhale, swan dive. Come down, lead with the chest, forward fold. Tucking the forehead. As you inhale, come into a flat back pose. Lengthen your spine parallel to the mat. Try to keep the neck long. Exhale as you fold. Roll yourself up, inhale. Shrug your shoulders at the top, open the chest, neutralize your pelvis, and we'll inhale, reach back again as far as you can. Inhale up. Stretching the pecs, exhale, fold, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Roll up again, inhale. Open the chest. Good, last time, reach back. Inhale, pelvis is neutral. Big breath in. Exhale, swan dive. Maybe the legs begin to open here a little bit more. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, bow. Roll up, inhale. Back to chin. Open the chest. Good, I'm going to step to the center of the mat. So we're going to do just a little moon salutation here for the new moon. So feet a hip width apart. Lift and fan the toes. Neutralize your pelvis. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Deep breath in, catch a wrist and reach up and over. Fold through the side body. Keeping the chest open, arms back. Inhale to center. Switch arms, exhale, fold to the other side. Again, feeling the ribs pull in the opposite direction. Keep the chest open, inhale up. Exhale, lower the arms by the side. Taking your feet nice and wide apart. So we've got our feet facing the center. We're going to turn one foot out and check heel to arch alignment. I'm going to angle my back foot in. My hips still face the long edge of the mat, and I'm going to add the arms. Pull the shoulders out, ground your shoulders, lengthen, and then gaze to your front fingers, whichever foot is pointing toward the edge of your mat. Other foot is angled in slightly. Find a deep breath as you lengthen through the torso, soften your shoulders, and bump your hips to the back of the mat, keeping your hips in the same plane. Breathe in. We'll exhale as we reach as far as we can, and then tip the hand to the front leg, wherever it lands as spine. You don't have to reach the floor or the foot. Open your chest, triangle pose. So attention in both feet. We're trying to lengthen both sides of our torso, and we're lifting the posture with the top arm or the torso here. You can always take the top arm out if you need. Keeping the neck in line with the spine. Keep the breath moving. So we don't want to ever drop the head. Gaze down, rotate the head, whichever direction, but don't drop the neck. Breathe in. Take one more breath here, breathe in. As you exhale, take the arm behind you in a big circle, all the way back to open the chest a little bit. And then we're gonna turn our hips to face the front foot. And then options here, you can clasp the hands behind the back to open the chest and bow for pyramid pose. Or you can take the hands in front and rest them gently on the leg as you lengthen the torso, finding a comfortable position for you. Keep attention in the back foot. Maybe you round forward. So listen to your body here. Whatever feels comfortable. We're getting a deep stretch in this front hamstring, but make sure the leg isn't locked. Shoulders kind of squared over that front foot. Take one more breath. Good. As you release, we're going to take the hands down now to frame that foot. Bend in that front knee. Slide your back foot behind you, and then drop your back knee as you uncurl the toes. So now we've got our knee above our heel. We're going to scissor action the legs toward the midline. Find your footing as you rise up for crescent lunge. And make sure your pelvis is neutral here, stretching this back hip flexor. Add the arms if you're ready. If you want, you don't have to add the arms. Soften the shoulders. Don't have to do anything in yoga if it doesn't feel good. That's the rule. So getting a nice stretch back here. If this is too deep, you can shorten the stance of the back knee. Lift the sternum, take one more breath here. Good, let's exhale and take the hands to the chest in prayer pose. Let's do a nice brief twist here. So find length on your inhale, breathe in. As you exhale, turn toward the front knee side. So you keep the torso tall and open the arms is option one. Or if you want, hands to sternum leaning forward, hook the elbow outside the knee, option two, hands come toward the chest in a twist. So whatever you prefer, finding a breath. Whichever way feels more supported for you. Let's reach back, come out of your twist, sweep the arms up again. And then exhale, float the hands down to frame the foot. Tuck your back toes under and lift the back knee. And then we're going to walk our hands to the center. Pivot your feet inward. And then open the feet to the corners of your mat. Hands are under your shoulders, nice and long in the spine. You're welcome to use props here if you need something to bring the floor closer to you. And then we're going to crab walk. So we're going to bend one leg, start with that front knee that we were just over, and walk your hands over. So bend that knee, keep both feet flat on the floor. So stretching this opposite inner thigh, getting into this hip a little bit. And then inhale through center, crab walk to the other leg, bend the other knee, open through the other, lengthen through the other side. Good, inhale center, exhale to the first side. Inhale and exhale, second side. Good, inhale, come back to center, take the hands under the shoulders, again, activate, lengthen the spine, turn the feet in a little bit, so they're more parallel now. As you ground your feet, take one hand at a time to the hip and hinge yourself up. Awesome. Aim the toes to the corners of the mat once more. So open the feet out. Deep breath in and sink into your quads. Little goddess action. We're going to open the knees, keeping the torso nice and tall. Drop your hips. Try to keep the knees from collapsing inward. As you feel steady, add the arms, cactus arms, open the chest. So we're like holding up an imaginary wall. Pelvis is pretty neutral here. Breathe in. When you're ready, exhale to the first side. Reach over the ear. So a little flow. Inhale through center. Exhale to the second side. Use your torso. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Finding strength with the breath. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. One more round. Inhale. Nice. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back up. Lower the arms and straighten through the legs. Whew. All right, we're going to turn the first foot over, turn it in, and turn the second foot to the back of the mat now. So find a little angle for the back foot. Heel to arch alignment again. Nice firm stance. Hips face the long edge of the mat, add the arms. Soften your shoulders. Pull the arms apart. Gaze to the back hand now, or the front hand on the other side. Bump your hips to the back of the mat. Breathe in. Exhale as you reach, reach, reach. Just reach until you can't reach any further without shifting your hips, and let the hand fall. Top arm stretches up. Open the chest. Finding your breath. Using the torso to support the pose. Firm footing, both feet. Get another breath here. Chest nice and open. Breathe in. As you exhale, take that top arm in a big circle, reach back behind you, and then turn the torso as you square your hips and shoulders over the front leg now on the other side. So trying to kind of square our hips around. You can again turn this back foot up a little more if you need. And then again, options. You can clasp the hands. If you're clasping, try to clasp the other hand that you did on the first side, so it feels awkward. Or you can rest here, whatever position you want to do. Open the chest, breathe in, and exhale. Keep that front leg a little bit soft, not locked. Good. Trying to square the hips and breathe into the stretch. Good. One more breath here. Breathe in. And then releasing the hands as you exhale to frame that foot. Bend that knee. Slide your foot back to your comfortable position. We'll drop the back knee and uncurl the toes. Again, you can change this if you need. Make sure this is a nice right angle. Scissor the legs as you rise up. Add the arms if you like. Crescent lunge. Soften the shoulders. Keep lifting through the chest. Find your breath. Good. Breathe in. And let's exhale. Take the hands to the chest in prayer pose. Again, we'll take a twist. So options here. Just turn toward the front knee side and open out. Keep the shoulders nice and stacked above your hips. Option 2, lean forward, elbow outside of knee, and press the hands toward the sternum. Find a nice deep breath here. We'll slowly unwind, sweep up again. Inhale. Exhale, float the hands down to frame the foot. Good. Tuck the back toes under as you lift the knee. And we're going to launch off the back foot and step up to a forward fold. Fold over the legs here. And then roll yourself up. Nice and slow. Shrug your shoulders as you open the chest. Good. Let's come back to the middle of the mat. Inhale, sweep up. Catch a wrist. Reach up and over. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, reach up and over to the other side. Good, inhale up. Exhale, float the arms down. Shrug your shoulders as you open your chest. Awesome. So let's do a balance pose. Let's take the dancer. So we're going to start in mountain pose, as always, and lift and fan the toes. Engage your core, keep the pelvis neutral. You can always use a wall if you need, and you can always use a strap as well if you have a hard time catching the foot. So we're going to shift the weight to one leg, and you're going to fix your gaze anywhere that's not going to move. So make sure you've got a little micro bend in the knee joint. It might be helpful to envision roots from the sole of the foot going into the earth. Engage the core, lift up, fix your gaze. And then we're gonna, whichever leg you're starting to stand on, you're gonna turn the opposite hand out so the thumb is back. I'll turn so you can see a little bit better. So my thumb is behind me, starting on my standing leg, fixing my gaze and breathing, and then I'm gonna swing the foot into the hand. So again, you can use a strap here if you need. And then we're gonna try to drop the knee so it's nice and parallel. Add the other arm as you stretch up for a counterbalance. Soften the shoulder. Extend through the fingertips, breathe in. And when you feel ready, you're gonna kick into that foot, into that hand, as you hinge over the hip for the dancer. So big pose, big chest opener. Keep kicking into that hand. Notice I'm holding the inside, not the outside of my foot. So see what you're doing. If you're holding the outside, you'll have a tendency to pull. If you kick out, holding the instep, you'll get more stretch in the chest and the quad. Take one more breath if you're still with me. Good, and slowly, we're not, slowly and gracefully come out of the pose. Sometimes that happens. Okay, shake it out and forget about it. And then we'll take the other side. So start in mountain pose. That wasn't the best descent, in case you're wondering how the teacher's doing. Shift the weight to your second side. Again, turn the other hand out, thumb back. Fixing your gaze, keep the breath moving. Make sure you're not locking the standing leg. When you feel steady, swing the foot into the hand, holding the instep. Add the opposite arm. Find a deep breath here. And then exhale as you kick back. Kick into the hand as you hinge forward. See if you can find a couple deep breaths here. The dancer. Good, let's slowly come down. Inhale. Releasing. Good, shrug your shoulders and shake it out. Excellent, so let's come down to the floor. So we're gonna come through a squat if you'd like. You can always use a towel under your heels if you need some support. And if you don't feel comfortable squatting, you can always skip this. So I'm gonna reach my arms out. Soften my shoulders, and I'm going to try to keep my torso tall as I lower my hips toward the floor. So again, using props if you need. I'm going to take the elbows inside of the thighs and my thumbs to my sternum. And then I'm going to lengthen my heart center forward. So I'm thinking of a line from the crown to my tail. And I'm using my legs to pull in and using my arms to push out at the same time to find that dynamic energy and lift through the body. Take one breath here if you're with me. Good, and then slowly take your hands behind you as you lower your hips to the floor. And then we're going to come back toward the center of the mat, extend your legs out, and lift the flesh away from your sitting bone. We're going to draw the toes toward the face and lift the sternum up. Take your hands next to your hips in staff pose. See if you can feel the core activate here, and the pelvis is neutral. So if you need to sit up on something, if you're rounded, please use a prop so you can find length through the spine here. So we want to lift up out of our hips. So we're going to use a prop if you need. Lifting up. And then we're going to inhale, stretch the arms up by the ears. Keep your shoulders soft. Ground your shoulders. Draw the toes toward your face. As you exhale, we're going to hinge up out of our hips. So we want to lengthen the spine. We don't want to round the spine here. Keep the spine tall. And exhale, release. So keep lengthening. Inhale, find length. Exhale as you soften in your stretch. And then just let the hands fall anywhere they land. You don't have to reach the feet. You could use a strap if you want. Keep your shoulders broad and open. Let's find a breath from the tail to the crown. So think of that nice line of energy coming all the way up the spine to the crown of the head, keeping the shoulders broad. Inhale deeply, open up. You may not get far, and that's totally fine. Exhale, soften. The legs don't have to be exactly straight. Take one more breath here. Breathe in deep. And exhale, soften. Amazing how far you can get with the breath. If you give it some time, let's do one more breath. Exhale, soften. Still not rounding in the back. And then from here, if you'd like, if it's comfortable for you, inhale, lengthen, exhale, soften, and go ahead and now you can round the chin toward the chest, feeling this now in the back body. Stretching the upper back and shoulders. Soften into your stretch. Maybe one more breath here. Keep relaxing. Good, and then pull your back body through, round yourself up, tuck the chin to the chest, and come back to your staff pose. Good, let's take a counter stretch. So take the hands behind the hips, point the fingers toward the hips, bend the knees, feet a hip width apart. And then breathe in, rotate the shoulders back. Exhale, press into the hands and feet and just lift the hips up toward the sky. Keep the neck neutral, open the chest. Deep breath in and exhale, lower. Excellent. So let's come down to the mat. So lift the flesh. You can glue the feet to the floor and take the hands on the thighs if you want. A bit of a challenge to unfurl yourself. Use your core strength to slowly roll yourself out. Take your time. Coming all the way down to the back. And once you're there, we're going to bend the knees and place the feet on the floor, hip width apart. If you have a block, this is a nice place to use a block between the knees. We'll shimmy on the back first, just a little bit to kind of work out any kinks in the back. And then plant the feet flat on the floor, heels near the glutes, and feet parallel. Make sure your knees aren't splaying open. So again, you can use a block. I'm going to walk my hands down toward my heels as close as I can. And here as well, you want to make sure that the neck is neutral on the floor. So if the chin is lifting because you're tight, place a prop or something under your head so the neck can be elongated on the floor. So we don't want to crunch the back of the neck. So here we are. Maybe your fingers are grazing the heels, maybe not. Feet are parallel. Take a deep breath in. And use your exhale to press evenly into the hands and the feet as you lift up through the hips. So bridge pose. Pressing up. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly lower down. So see if you can move one vertebra at a time independently from the others. Keeping the neck straight and the gaze up as you come in and out. So you also want to make sure you're bringing the chest to the chin, not the chin to the chest. So don't over tuck either. Neck is neutral. So let's come up again. Inhale, press up. Maybe roll your shoulders under a little bit this time and press up a little higher if that's comfortable. Breathe into your belly at the top. One more breath in. And exhale, come on down. Nice and slow. Good. Let's do one more bridge. If you practice the full wheel and you want to take that, you're welcome to. I'll show a variation for the bridge on this round, which you don't have to do. You can just do what we just did. If you'd like to try a variation, I'll demonstrate that. So again, neck is neutral. Walk the hands down as close as you can toward the heels. Activate nice and evenly into the hands and the feet. Make sure the head doesn't move, back of the head's on the mat. Inhale, peel up. I'm going to roll my shoulders underneath a little bit. So option one is just to clasp the hands behind you, roll the shoulders underneath, and give yourself a little more leverage here. If you want to try option two, I'm going to take the thumbs around the waist, the thumbs to the back for support, kind of supporting your lower back. Neck is still the same. And then maybe you lift one leg up at a time. So you're still active in the arms and the foot. Exhale down. Switching sides, inhale up. Totally optional. And exhale down. Just a little more support. You can also use a block or two blocks under your hips here. Deep belly breath in. And then slowly lower down. Good. Shimmy on the hips a little bit. Take a deep breath in and out. Awesome. Okay, so from here, while we're here with the feet on the floor, we're going to take figure four on the back. So cross one leg on top of the other. Do a nice hip stretch here before we relax. Take whatever hand is on the leg that's on top, that same hand will come through the hole. You can connect behind the thigh. You can use a strap or a towel here too. Relax the bottom foot. Pull the unit toward your chest as you flex the top foot. Make sure your neck is neutral and then just shimmy side to side on the back. So you're not lifting the tailbone up, you're just kind of shimmying, kind of push and pull with the legs. You can use the elbow into the thigh to get a deeper hip stretch if you need, might not. Just kind of wiggle around on the back. So we're not lifting the back up, we're just sliding sort of side to side like a ski, you would with skis. Just changing a little bit of the release on the hip. Take one more breath here. Good. Squeeze in one more time. Breathe in. And exhale, release. Uncross the legs. Take the arms to a T. Just windshield wiper your knees gently side to side once or twice. We'll come back to neutral. Place the feet on the floor. Feet parallel, and we'll cross the other ankle on top. Again, reach that same arm as the leg that's crossed through the hole, connecting behind the thigh. Soften and relax the bottom leg as you flex the top foot. Draw that whole unit toward your chest. Neck is neutral. Maybe the elbow pushes the thigh out, maybe not. And then just shift a little bit side to side as you breathe nice and deep into your hip. Keep releasing any tension with the breath. Keeping the back on the floor. Taking one more deep breath here, nice deep breath. Good. Slowly release the leg, unwind. Arms to a T position again. We'll windshield wiper the legs one more time. Good. And then we're going to take our feet hip width apart or mat width apart. If you have any tension at all in the lower back, you'll bring the knees toward the midline. So we're going to relax now. If you have any last posture you want to take, you're welcome to do that now too. You might want to just do some circles on your back, squeezing the knees in. You might want to take a happy baby if you want. Or you might be ready just to relax. So whatever you want to do. Again, if there's tension in the back, you'll take the feet on the floor mat width and let the knees come to the midline. If your back feels pretty good, you can stretch the legs out. You can also place a roll under your knees if you like. We'll let the feet flop out to the sides. And then we're going to tuck our shoulders under our chest to open the heart. Allow the palms to face up. And allow the fingers to curl toward the hand as they relax. Nice and slowly, just rock your head gently side to side to neutralize the neck. Make sure the neck is long. Bring the head back to center and stillness. Deep breath in and out. And let's do one more inventory of the body. So let's scan the body, see if there's anywhere we might be holding tension. Starting from the toes, maybe wiggle the toes and feet. Maybe turn the ankles a little bit. Just relax the toes and the feet and the ankles. Checking in with the calves, the shins, the knees. Relaxing the lower legs. Checking in with the quadriceps and the hamstrings and the hips. Surrounding those areas of the body with the breath. Relaxing as you exhale, letting go. Relaxing through the abdomen and the chest. I will sit up, but you guys stay where you are. Scanning through the low back, mid back, and upper back. Surrounding any tension with the breath. And letting go on the exhale. Completely relax the torso. Relaxing the palms, arms, and shoulders. Maybe wiggle the fingers and the wrists. Deep breath in. And relax on the exhale, completely relax the arms. Bringing awareness into the neck and the throat, the jaw, the tongue, and the cheeks, the eyelids, the eyebrows, and the temples, the forehead, the scalp, and the skull. Surrounding any tension that you find throughout the whole head, neck, and face. Deep breath in. And exhale, just let it go, relax, and release. Your entire body is completely relaxed. Relax. 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 Just gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And rock your head gently side to side. And bending your knees if they're not already bent. Place your feet on the floor. We'll roll onto the right side of the body to a fetal pose for just a moment to take note of any changes in the body and the mind, or recall any intention that you might have set for your practice. Nice and slowly, take your time. As you're ready, you'll use your left hand to push yourself back up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet in easy pose using a prop if you need one. Nice and tall, floating on the spine. Let's inhale and sweep the arms up together. Nice deep breath in. Gather some good energy, seal it into your hands and bring it down to your heart. And bow to yourself with gratitude for practicing today. We'll bow to each other. Namaste.